Steve. Welcome to my office and to very cool stuff. Well, you just caught me on the CAD CAM system, just designing something for the CNC. So I've just been messing around, to be honest. This is the sort of stuff I use. It's a system called Mastercam. I've had it years. I used to do this in the 90s as a job, to be honest, and this is a very old version from like around about 2000, and it's run on an old PC which runs Windows XP, if you can remember that. Anyway, so I've been designing some little thing here, and to be honest, it's going to be like a little tray for a spoon. Is that here in the UK we do lots of our cups of tea, and if you're not using a teapot and you're brewing it in the cup, you've always got a tea bag, unless you're using Louis tea, of course, to put to one side. So this is going to capture the teaspoon, and I've done another tray which is to put the tea bags in, and that's going to sit next to the kettle and the tea and the sugar and all that type of stuff. So here's the design. This is to put the teaspoon in, and if I go into Toolpath, it should actually showing that how it's going to be modelled. First it does the pocket, and then it finishes all the sides. So if we go into this particular one, that just gives us a model of this. And if we just set it going, you'll get the idea of what the cutting is going to go like. So that's the centre of the spoon bit. I'll just speed this up, and it'll rough that out in a number of layers. Then it'll go around, and it's basically taking about 0.5 millimetre off at a time, and it leaves it pretty smooth. A little bit of sanding, and the job's done. So this is the tea bag tray. So it starts off from a block of timber, 4 inches by 4 inches, or 110 millimetres by 110 millimetres, and it's about 20 millimetre thick. So that's going to be the dish part to the modelling, and we'll run that. So just run through very quickly. So it does the pocket out, and then it'll rough out the rest of the dish area. Once again, like before, it's I'll show this in real life on the machine. So when I've created a program from all the digital stuff, I actually just put it on a memory stick and then load it onto the machine back in the workshop. Like I say, it's a very old computer. Don't know what to do if it ever goes down. Well, this is the tray for the tea bags, and as you'll see, I've already machined the pocket out. I didn't actually switch the camera on, and now it's just going to finish the internal walls. So I'll speed this up a little bit, and then we'll see what it looks like once it's completed. So this is the internal of the tray completed. The first operation was to do the base, and the second one was actually to rough out and finish the sides. So I've turned the workpiece over now. I reclamped it, and we're now going to do the back side of it. So here we'll finish the walls, and then finish the outside profile.
Right, I think I've seen enough of this. I'll stop the machine. I'm going to put the dust extractor on. Well, the machine now is paused and it will go back to its home position, and then I can restart it and it'll just carry on from where it left off. Pretty clever. So this is just finishing it now. You can't see much because I've got the dust shroud on. So it just ticks around, moving up around about half a millimetre at a time, and it leaves a pretty smooth finish. I'll show you at the end. Yeah, so it's pretty smooth.
And the final act for the tea bag tray is basically just to cut out the profile, and I'll be leaving tabs around where the clamps are, just to keep it held down and finish it off on the sander. So after the tea bag tray had been completed, it's time for the tray to put the teaspoon in. First we'll machine out the small pocket in the middle.
Well, the cutter's using a square corner carbide spiral upcut and a round nose spiral upcut. Both of them are 1/4 inch or 6.35 millimeters.
So here's one of the finished articles, and this is the tray for the spoon. So all I need to do now is basically break it out and sand it out, and then it'll be finish time. And for the finish I'm going to try the sanding sealer and then follow it up with a melamine lacquer. Hopefully that'll be able to resist the heat etc from a hot teaspoon and used tea bags and the like. Well, we'll see.
So after the sealer's dry, I'm just going to rub it over with some it's Warren 600 grit, that's all really. And then I'll just put a wipe of methylated spirits over it just to clean that up, or denature alcohol, and just a rattle can of some melamine lacquer. Flip them over and do the other side, rub them down and go through it again. Nothing really ever goes to plan, so I'll just show you I've made 4 sets of these, and so this is the first one that I made, and I actually used a Danish oil finish, and after been using it, the tea, I think it's tannin in the tea bags and stuff has gone through and actually stained the wood. So I've knocked this back. I'm actually just going to lacquer it. That was the teaspoon, but you can just see it's there. So that was mistake number 1. Another mistake was I went to do the spoon sort of instead of the grain being running down the length of the spoon tray, run it across. But as you can see, it's just chipped out all over the place. Even though I quite like the look of it that way, doesn't really work in a manufacturing type way. And the other one really to show is that is this one, which was the last one I did. Was going well until actually the cutter pulled out and sunk around down when I was doing that side, doing the profile. Partly my error. I forgot to set the height to the correct face. But anyway, and the other one I'll show you, I made it a little bit too thin, so I've thickened these up a touch because it's the grain on the oak. I'll put a picture in now. And just the other one, because I mean this oak is quite dry. They've been using. I don't know if we can pick it up, but he actually cracked along there, that one. So these have been in use for quite a while, part of me testing the finish, and that's sort of a knockdown lacquer finish. And unlike the other ones, it's not staining, so that's why I've gone with lacquer finishes on the rest of them. So this is going to get another coat of lacquer, and what I've done in between the coat is just use some wire wool. But that's it. So that's tea bag and teaspoon trays. Thanks for watching. Please leave comments. I try to reply to all. Like, subscribe if you want to see more videos like these. Another video coming along very soon, and happy woodworking.